Oh, hey guys, I'm just gonna give you all this real quick. Just it's a breaking thing. This is a very important uh, development. Very, very, very important development. And I think what needs to be really paid attention to here is the reality that if Hillary Clinton can't continue this election process in order for, the powers that be and their little Hegelian dialectic to stay in, which, I've been telling y'all about the Hegelian dialectic for a long time, how they control the synthesis and the antithesis, and the intersection of the two is what's called the synthesis. And it's the same thing as the all-seeing eye. Just picture two circles. One circle, antithesis. Other circle, thesis. And where the antithesis and the thesis intersect, that's called the synthesis. But, Trump's not part of that two-party system. Don't everybody get all weird on me because I said Trump's not part of that system. He's not part of the Democrat-Republican deal. So, that's how they control things. And he is what's called the variable factor in the equation. And that's why they're freaking out on him, because they can't control him as they control the two parties. So, anyway, not that he's not part of the whole devil's thing anyway, because it doesn't really matter. God is the one who puts leaders in place, by the way, people. It's not, everyone thinks it's the devil. The Bible says God, he puts kings in place and he takes them out. It's just like he put Nebuchadnezzar right where he was when he wanted him. So now, that being said, here's what I'm looking at. This is Hillary Clinton, and when she goes down to the ground, she goes down hard. So if she's not going to be able to continue, I would really be on the alert for, this is the time for a false flag. They've got to get everybody to look the other direction for something. So this is the way they do things, they don't look over here, don't look over here, look over here, and bam, So anyway, we know that the money has the bombings of the buildings printed on it. That's a fact. I want to show y'all something very amazing. I have a friend who works in the NFL, and he sent me a text. He's on the field today, and I want to show you what the hats are that they're passing out to the guys on the field. Let me show you. This is one of the hats that they're giving the guys. Look at that hat. It says, I am 911. Well, that's Apollyon. I mean, remember I told you 9/11 happened on 9/11 because that's Revelation 9/11, and they had a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. So anyway, here we are on 9/11. Hillary's going down to the ground. She can't continue this presidential election. Therefore, antenna up, way up. Let's watch the vid real quick, and I'm going to pause it a few times. I want you guys to notice a few things here. Okay, let's go ahead and roll it. Okay, so the van pulls up. Now, I want you to watch the kind of support this guy and this guy put under her arm. Those are pretty big guys, and these guys are not wussies. These are some very capable men. And watch what happens. Watch. Here we go. So he comes to help her. Now watch. He puts his arm, now look, under her arm. So she's got this large black guy on one side, the white guy on the other side. He's literally got his arm under her armpit. So that's a real good, point to be able to support somebody from. So if someone's to go down hard, you have a good grip on them. And watch how hard she goes down, because that just shows, just how bad off she is. Because with that kind of support, you should be able to easily make it in that van. Watch what happens. Right there. Okay, look. She's down on the ground. Look at the level of her head. The level of her head. Look how low she is. So imagine where his hands got to be way down here to try and support her. Look. Okay, and so then this guy steps in front because he sees the camera, and they're trying to block the scene. See, look. Okay, now watch. Here we go. Slow. Okay. Did you see her stumble right there? Watch. Watch this. Right there. See that? Right there and there. Now watch. Boom. She's down. Her legs are dragging. Let's go back and let's isolate that. There we go. Right there. Okay. Right there. There's a foot on the ground. Knee. That's the shin on the ground. Down on her knees. She's literally on her knees. Now, you know, I don't want to take flack from a bunch of haters on YouTube, okay? But God have mercy on Hillary Clinton, because let me tell you something. You know, there but for the grace of God go I. If you understand and you know the truth, it's only by God's grace that you know it. Otherwise, you are doomed and you are destined for destruction. The only people that get out of here are those that were predestined to get out of here. So if you have this attitude like, you know, oh, burn the witch, well, then you're probably not one of those that were predestined, because her eternal future is probably as horrifying as you can imagine, because she's responsible for so much suffering in this world, because she's been on the forefront of dropping so many regimes, and she's so caught up in lies that her eternal future is horrifying, and she's about to meet it, it looks like. And so God have mercy. I just thank God it's not me. So anyway, there she is. She's down, foot on the ground, knee on the ground, shin on the ground. And here we go. They're dragging her. And this guy steps in front. He's trying to block the view. Slow motion. Stumble. Guy. Boy, this guy right here, this black guy had his arm around the front of her, under her arm also. And she still goes down with all this support. Look. With all that support. Look. Boom. They're dragging her. She looks like she's being dragged off the battlefield, like someone that's been wounded on the battlefield, and they're trying to drag him off. That's bad. So anyway, that being said, the reality is that for them to keep their Hegelian dialectic moving in their New World Order plans in effect, for their one world satanic government, they have to act. They have to. They got to do what they got to do. Now remember, the $100 bill shows New York being destroyed. So does the $10 bill. It shows a tidal wave coming over New York. The $50 bill shows the destruction of the Hoover Dam. So those things will happen. It's just a matter of time. Just guaranteed they're going to happen. So just FYI, now is a good time to, just be at peace. Just be at peace. Now, here's another thing that happened. I want to show you something. If I go to Google, and I use Google, to do searches, before the fire, after I did that Hillary Clinton video and Obama, where I used Cicero's quote that, a murderer is less to be feared than a traitor that's working within the gates. Let me show you what happened to my site. Wait, no, wrong one. This is a site you can go to now. This is jonathankleck.com, and we're gonna try and bolster it up. But let me show you what happened to beforethefire.com. Watch this. That's what happened to Before the Fire. Now it says if you go to this site, you could get malware and stuff. I've logged onto it from my other computer that uses Internet Explorer. No problem. I talked to a guy that he's internet security for some of the largest companies in the world. I mean, this guy knows his stuff. And he said, you know, it's probably the way these systems are working now, that Google is more than likely the issue, and or going through some kind of a Google setting will do this. But if you go through Internet Explorer, you can still get there. But we all know Google is censoring even searches on Hillary and stuff. So I may do a video on YouTube where I give you guys another access point to the information. Of course, we had so much video content on Before the Fire. I would hate to not be able to transfer that. But what we might do is start transferring it to another site, because the information is just so critical. It's critical information. And this is a way to get people to turn back. And it's also a way to try and destroy the ministry if they wanted to, you know. So just a little FYI, that's what's going on. You can still get there. You know, I can log onto my other computer and go through Internet Explorer, and it goes right to it. But if you're using Google, it puts up a big scary, oh, don't go there, you know, and it looks like a bunch of malarkey. So anyway, there it is. Later today, I'm going to do part 2 in the series of the new race of beings, and we're going to try something new. It's going to, if you participate according to what, you know, I ask you to do in the video, which is going to be close your eyes. I'm going to ask everybody to listen to the video, close your eyes, and just listen, and tell me what, you know, this narrative is going to be about, without looking at any pictures. And the problem is, you know, because it's a video venue, it might be hard to click off the video that's going to actually be coming out with the narrative. And once again, I'm really sorry, but this program I'm using, which is, you know, Screencast-O-Matic, sometimes it captures the audio and it sucks. And I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know what to do about it. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. All right, guys, heads up. Big heads up, guys. Okay, God bless. Bye-bye.